All right, we're live. So I don't remember if I can tell when people are watching, but I'm gonna. Oh, it has a little number on top. Hold on. I'm going to reshare it on my Facebook as well. Just give me
All
1 minute. Pages. Hold on. I'm not reviewing these right now. All right, I see it. Now I'm going to share it on my face. All right. So I just reshared it on my Facebook as well. On my other Facebook page. So I am going to just kick it off. All right, guys. So welcome, welcome. Super excited to have this Friday chat with Tanmay. I'm going to make a quick introduction. And for those of you that do not know me, I am Samari. I am a real estate investor, coach, and wife, mom of four, all of the above. So I'm super excited to share some marketing strategies that Tanmay is going to share with everyone. And these are geared more towards our coaching friends who are in the coaching industry and doing more of the sales in that way. So, with further ado, let me introduce you, Tanmay. So, Tanmay is a
right.
marketing strategist and running a digital agency in India, and with his two partners for the last 3 years. He's also the host of the podcast called 1 Minute Podcast. And by the way, if you have not listened to it, it's really fun. It's quick, and you get a lot of value from different perspectives too, not just from like one area or expertise in business. It's just a lot of different ones. So the floor is yours, Tianmei.
Thank you, Samari, for having me. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. My name is Tanmay Sanap. I'm a business coach and marketing strategist, and thank you very much, Samari, for this amazing opportunity. This is going to be fun. I am going to share some of the most underrated, some of the most simplest lead generation strategies that will definitely help every viewer to generate some of the lead generation, to develop their own lead generation strategies. Because no matter whatever industry you are in, no matter how much struggle you have done by now is the time to end that struggle, because I'm going to help you to develop your own lead generation strategy. So let me explain how the flow is going to be. First, I will help you to put your creativity outside your head by say by telling you how you can generate your own lead generation strategies, by giving my exact secret by using which I have generated 2 dozens of lead generation strategies. So you can also generate your own lead generations strategies. Next, I will give you 6 examples, 4 of different industries and 2 from real estate industries. So that will help you again to think and generate lead generation and think out of the box for this lead generation. And in the end, we can have a question answer session where you can ask me any question about your lead generation. So let's get started with this awesome session. Let's get started. If everybody is excited, just type excited in the comment box so I can see that you are excited, because you are going to learn something that you have never learned before. This is something exciting marketing session never done before. Let's share some examples.
And really quick,
So
and not to interrupt you, if you're watching the recording, just let us know that you watched the recording in the comments as well, because we want to keep track of everybody. Sorry.
yes, hashtag live if you're watching live, hashtag replay if you're watching replays, and I will be watching all the comments. I will try to reply all the comments after the session ends. So yeah, let's begin. So first, as I told you that according to our team, there are only 3 stages that businesses struggles at. First is product, second is traffic. If they have a good product or service, then second problem they face is traffic. They don't know how to pull traffic. And the third problem they face, they have a good product, they know how to pull traffic. Then the third problem they face is acquiring the customer, taking customer inside their business. So product, traffic, and acquisition, these are 3 phases according to us. And what we think is lead generation is between traffic and acquisition. because you may have hundreds of people giving you coming on your website, coming on your Facebook pages, coming on your live, and but you are not able to get their details. Lead generation means you should have their details, you should have their contacts, emails, and all. So this is how you will get, you can say you have a lead. So how we are going to get the leads, how we are going to get the contacts, this is what we are going to figure out in the next few minutes. So let's get started. Whenever I talk with people, 8 out of 10 people do not have a problem with lead generation. This is our observation, because I talk with daily at least 3 to 4 people every single day, and I see they are saying they have a problem with lead generation, but actual problem is not lead generation. With so many people, 80% of the people, they have a problem with their own product, they have a problem with their own service. So like whenever we have the product or service, we have to make sure that it should be something that is generating results. If your product or service is not generating results, then no lead generation strategy can keep you inside the business. It is very important, and that's why whenever we take any project, any business for giving service, we refine that product and we make it capable, the service owner or the business, to generate the results. So when a product or service can generate results, it's very easy, it's pretty easy. Lead generation is like this, like a snap. If you have a very good case studies, if you are producing results very fast. So that's why important thing is first, that is product traffic acquisition. So product, once you're good with your product, once you have a confidence that you can no matter wherever you go in the world, you can generate results, then lead generation is not at a problem, not at all. For example, let's take an example of let's say you are a chess coach, or you are an English teacher. Now if you have a very good confidence in your service that whatever your students are going to learn, let's say for you teach first 2 levels of chess, and you are going to give the confidence that if you learn chess from me, if you learn these 2 methods from me, then no matter wherever you go in the world, you will dominate the field. If you do not dominate the field, I will give you 100% of your money back. And because if I do not produce results, then I do not deserve your money. This type of confidence when you generate in your service, in your business, then lead generation is not at a problem. Client will join you because they want results. We do not look at the money or anything else, we look at results. Clients will look at your results. If you can generate results, take my money, give me results. So so many, okay, the mistake people do, I want to talk about that as well. So I see so many people, they are running behind money. Money is a byproduct. Money is a byproduct of whatever change we are going to put inside the service owner, the buyer. We have to change the life of the buyer, and the amount of the life we are going to change of the buyer, that is the amount that we are going to receive. That is the amount, the money we are going to receive, because we are doing business. Whenever we are going to do business, it is always a good thing to remember that we have to enhance the life of the buyer at any house. Money is a byproduct. Okay, so let me read ahead. The next part is about oh yes, the mistake. So the biggest mistake people do is when they have existing 10 clients, or when they have existing 10 leads, they run behind more leads. I want more 20 leads, I want 50 leads, 100 leads. But if you have leads pending, if you have clients pending, and if you are not generating results from that clients, then you should not focus on generating more leads. You should focus on generating results from the existing clients. That should be your focused area. That is what we tell our audience, our service people. Whenever we close client, we first go inside their business and we see if they are generating results or not. This is our major priority. If you want to say something to somebody, if you want to add a statement here, you can. No?
No, I
Okay.
just want to say that no, that is true. Like it's better to work your pipeline already than even bring in more people. And this is across the board for, anybody who's in sales, right? No matter what, we're all selling something.
Right. Simple. If you're not generating results, then focus on existing clients. help them give results, and they will generate results. You will have some case studies, and your case studies will give you more leads. Do not focus on generating more leads if you are already struggling with generating results with your existing clients. This is very important, a simple statement I want to do here. Okay, now let's talk about some of the lead generation basics. Now, how as a business owner you can generate leads, how as a business owner we generate leads. It's pretty simple. Now I'm going to change the color of the light because we are going to talk about the lead generation process. So let's talk it in white. So basics, what are the basics of lead generation? Let's talk about that. It's pretty simple. Okay, take a 30,000 feet view. You as a business owner, how you are going to generate leads. The first thing, every single week whenever you're starting to generate leads, you have to ask to yourself is, who is your customer? This is the base. Once the target is clear, once you know who you are going to target, then hitting the target is not at all problem. It is very easy. So people, they make it confusion, they have a confusion, so much confusion with their ideal customers. Once we know who is our ideal customer, then finding that customer and reaching out to that customer is pretty easy. For example, if I'm a saloon owner, if I do not know who are my customers, because every second person walking on the road can be my ideal target, but that's not the case. As a saloon owner, I should know what are my pricing, like $100, $200, $20, and then I'm going to target my customers according to my ideal customer profile. If I'm a girl who is running a spa and or a massage parlor and my pricing is $5,000, then of course I'm not going to target people who are broke. I'm going to target people who are high class and can spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per day. So I have to define my ideal target audience in any house. This is very important. People do not do this. Again, when I talk with the people, who is your ideal customer, who is your ideal customer, they talk their age is between 18 to 30. Demographics is not knowing your ideal customers. Demographics is just one part of knowing ideal customers. So it is very important that you should have all of the idea about who is your ideal customer. And I'll tell you about my ideal customer as well. I'll give you my example so you'll get more clarity. Before that, I will give you another example of a painter. Let's talk about the painter. Let's say summary. Let's say that you are a painter, you are an artist, and you want to create a lead generation. You want to generate some leads for your painting business. So as I told you, that first thing we have to think is, who is our customer? So as a painter, our customer is someone who loves painting, someone who just goes to museum, who talk with artists, who watch art related show, who go to art related seminars, who goes to attend all the art shows. This is the person. This is something that I have knowledge about my ideal customer. As a painter, now I have defined who is my customer. Now the next part is finding where is the customer. And once you are clear with the who, finding the customer is pretty easy. Who is our customer? The person who goes to art shows, art seminars, art related people, talk with art related people. Now where is that customer? The answer is in the who. The customer is attending the art related seminars. The customer is talking with art related people. The customer is inside the art galleries, inside the museum. We have whole idea about the customer. So who is clear, where is clear. Now finding the customer and reaching the customer is totally easy. This is how we are going to create step by step. For any business, we are going to create a strategy. Pretty simple. Define who, define where. Define who, define where. Pretty simple. No need to do all the confusion. So I see people are so confused about lead generation. I'm not getting leads, I'm going to run Facebook ads and all and all. No, you don't need to do this. Define who is your customer and you'll automatically find where is your customer. For example, my example, lead generation example. So I'm into lead generation example, and my ideal customer is someone who is stressed because he is not generating leads. Sorry about that bullet. So my ideal customer is someone who is stressed about he's not generating leads. He is someone who is not able to generate leads after applying dozens of strategies. He is not able to sleep at night because he has a tension that if he do not generate leads, then he'll get out of the business in next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks. He has a tension. This is my customer. I know the pain of my customer, and when I know the pain of customer and when I bring my solution in front of them, then he will immediately get inside my system because he want to solve the problem. So this is how you have to go and play with your ideal customers mindset. You have to go inside his mind, you have to put yourself there, and this is how you'll be clear with the who is your ideal customer, and finding where is pretty easy. Now let's get started with example. I'm going to change the color of light here because we are going to talk about examples. Yeah, this is good. So everybody, if you're clear with the lead generation strategy, how to develop, who and where, and then we can generate any lead generation strategy. I'll talk about that as well. So just type yes in the comments. Just type, if you are watching this live, you can type immediately. If you're watching this replay, then just type hashtag replay. But this is how you have to generate from today lead generation. It should not be a problem at all. Okay, so let's talk about some examples about lead generation. Now I'm going to give you the examples from four different industries, and two from real estate. Somebody do want to add a sentence here?
I do have some questions that I'm going to ask at the end because I had people put in questions on my Instagram. Do you want me to ask them right now, or do you want me to wait for you to
Oh, no, no,
finish?
no. Yeah, you can ask the questions in the end. No problem at all.
Okay.
No problem at all. Okay, so let's take an example. First example, as I told you, I will give you examples from offline industry. Online examples are all inside my course, and we'll talk about that later on. So first example, let's assume people that you have a store that is glasses. You're selling glasses, like somebody, you're wearing very beautiful glasses. So let's assume that you are selling those glasses, and you are targeting people who are, let's say example, men's and boys whose age is between 18 to 30. Now once you know who are your target audience, that are men's and boys between 18 to 30, then our next according to lead generation strategy, our next step is to find where are they. So where are men's and boys? It's a pretty simple question. As a glass owner, I'm going to just think and make a list of all the places where men's and boys go. So where are they? Boys and men are in colleges, they are in classes, they are in offices, they are in companies. So I am going to make a list of all colleges, all classes, all offices, all companies. And for example, colleges, so I'm going to make a list of colleges. Under colleges section, medical college, MBA college, junior college, senior college, XYZ, all the list of all the colleges. Next, then offices. Which offices? Government offices, private offices. Make a list of all the government offices, private offices. List of all the classes, physics classes, MBA classes, graphics classes, real estate classes, all the list of all the things. And this is how you will have dozens and dozens of lists where your exact ideal targeted audience is congregating, all the men's and boys. As a glass owner, now I know where are those people. And the next is creating a strategy. It's pretty easy. As a glass owner, what I'm going to do, I am going to go to that physics class owner, and I'm going to collaborate with him, and I'm going to tell him, and I'm going to give him an irresistible offer that these are my glasses, and if you help me sell these glasses to all the students, then I will give you 2-3 glasses for free, and I will give 20% commission per sale. Plus I will give you 10% off to your every single student. So think, physics sir, maths sir, junior college, senior college, medical college, government offices, all the office owner, I will go every single where, and I will deal and I will collaborate with every single person. And this is how you sold out as a glass owner. Simple but effective strategy of the collaboration. And this is the most underrated and most simple strategy you have to do. And because as a glass owner, I see so many people out there selling glasses, but they do not know marketing. They do not know these strategies. These are so simple strategies that they can use. Whenever I tell them, I have few of the friends who are running shops and all and all. Whenever I tell them these strategies, they are like, Tanmay, this is not going to work. They just give up before trying because they do not have that mentality of using strategies. And but some of my friends are smart and they use these strategies and they are like you earning a lot of money. They are just selling a lot of stuff. I will give you the example of that as well. So second example is about low hanging fruit. So this is the second strategy number two. Low hanging fruit means the name suggests everything. So this is a real example. I have there is a famous Indian dish called pani puri. That is, I live right in front of a garden. So there are so many stalls, food stalls in front of the garden, and a new pani puri new stall was there. Just he was new and he has so many competitors. So he wanted to sell because customers were not joining his stall to eat. So what he did, there is a famous dish called pani puri, famous dish. So he just reduced the pricing of the pani puri for to 50%, and he was selling it to every single person is selling. Every other competitor were selling at 20 rupees per plate. He was selling it at 10 rupees per plate. So I thought as a marketer, what is the catch? Let's join him. So I took my four friends and I went there and we ate that pani puri. It was very good. The taste is good. Everything was good. Material was good. And I was thinking, what was the catch? Why he is selling to 50%, less? Even the margin is only 5% because other people are, earning 40%, 50% per dish. He's earning only 5%. What is the catch? The catch is here. As a low hanging fruit, he attracted us into to his stall, and my other friends bought four more dishes. And this is the strategy. This is how he made a business of 100 200 extra rupees, because we went there to eat pani puri, but we are not going to eat only pani puri. We bought another 3 4 5 dishes and he made more money. This is simple and underrated strategy, and other stall owners are still confused that why he is making more sales, because these people are not into marketing. Simple and most underrated strategy, low hanging fruit. And with this low hanging fruit you can do amazing thing in your industry. It works in real estate industry as well, very well, very well. So here is a third example. If people you are liking these examples, just keep type pani puri, type awesome, awesome, or any word that you think that is good for that is bringing excitement. So this is how these are two examples from different industries. Now third example is a pretty good example. It's about a cake shop. So let's assume that you are running let's assume that you are someone who is creating cake. I must say that someone from owners must have a cake business of cakes. Somebody, you can have your friends who are baking cakes and selling that. So here is a real life example. I have a friend who lives right in front of my house, and she's in 12th. She's just 18, and she has a hobby of creating cakes. So what she did one day, she wanted to sell. She just thinking, how can I, get more orders for my homemade cakes? I was so confused on what I can do. So one day, I suggested her to go to a shop where a cafe. So she went to a cafe. Here is what she did. She went to a cafe. She gave a cafe owner her homemade cake for free, and she told her cafe owner that all the customers sitting here, just give them one piece of this cake and ask them for the reviews. The cafe owner cut into the pieces and he just gave all the pieces to all the customers, 4 5 6 customers. And everybody, of course, your product is good, then people are going to love it, people are going to praise it. So her product was good, her cake was good, and every single person said, yeah, this is awesome, this is good, yes, I'm interested. And then one person immediately on the spot gave her order of 11 cakes, and she made thousands and thousands of rupees on the spot. And this is how a 18-year-old girl made thousands of rupees in single day by using a simple and most underrated strategy, for which other cake shop owners want. They need to spend 3 4 5 6 8 hours to get 11 sales, but she just gave it one cake for free, and to the exact person who owns her audience, and she just bought all the orders. Simple and underrated strategy. So again, a very simple strategy, people. If you're loving, you can type cake inside the comment box. I will watch that after this interview ends, and I would love to see your comments. So these are three. This is the third strategy. Do you want to add something summary? If you want to, let me drink some water. So if you want to make a comment or something, yeah.
No, I think that that's really like valuable information, and I think that it's pretty cool that it can be used and utilized in different settings as well. That's actually one of the questions, to like, is this method being able to apply it in all businesses, or are there any businesses that cannot be applied to, or should we stay away from?
What was your question?
So, like the marketing method that you're teaching and that you're sharing as a whole, it seems like you can apply it to different businesses and different industries. The question more is like, can it be applied to everything, or is there some potential, like, industries that kind of be staying away from?
Okay. These are some examples. You can actually merge these of the strategies in any business. Any business. It's up to you that how you understand that concept and how you can put. It can be applied to any online, offline, any business, from jackets to hair salon. Now I'm going to give you the example of hair salon. So some of businesses are tricky. You cannot use all the strategies directly. So you have to twist that strategies. You have to some play around that strategy. So for example, let's take an example of a saloon or a spa. So as a saloon owner or spa owner, every second person, as a saloon owner, every second person walking on the road is your target audience. So you cannot create a strategy for them as a saloon owner. This is the thinking of people, but we can create not only one, we can create 1 dozen strategies for your saloon owner. What we can do, as a saloon owner or a restaurant owner, I have a friend of who owns a restaurant as well. We have hundreds of people coming every month, right? So all we have to think is how I can generate other 100 people, how I can have more 100 people to visit my saloon or my restaurant. So what I will do, this is also again a real example. As a saloon or restaurant owner, all you have to do is you have to keep the records. You have to keep the records of all the person coming in doing taking your service. You have to take their contact number, email, or phone number, or whatever details you can take. You have to make a list, and then when you have 500, 600 people in your list, all you have to do is create an awesome offer. For example, an irresistible offer. As a saloon owner, if I have a list of 500 people, I will create an offer that next time when you will cut your hairs, bring your friend with you, and I will give you 20% off or 50% off, and your friend will have to, he doesn't need to charge, he doesn't need to pay anything. And this is how, if I send this irresistible offer to 500 people, 100 will reply, and I will get 100 plus 100, 200 people. So 100 extra leads with just one simple underrated strategy, simple strategy to generate leads. And this is just an example. This is also a real life example. I have a friend who is running a villa, who is lodging and all in our business. We use this strategy to fill his villa. It's working super easily, because when you use marketing strategies outside marketing industry, they are working smoothly. People are just oh, I can bring my friend. That is awesome. I will get 50% discount. That is awesome. They are like normal people. They're like, yes, let's do. And you will get lead as a business owner. Simple mind, simple strategy. Another strategy. So these are 4 examples. Let's talk something real estate. It's gonna fun now. Now, as a real estate people, if you're excited, type excited, and I'm going to read these comments after this interview ends. So I'm excited. Okay, so let's say that you are. This is also a real example. Okay, now as a real estate investor, there was a real estate investor who used to buy only bank properties. So let's assume that you buys only bank properties. So what you're going to do, again, our lead generation strategy basics: who is your customer? So if I want a list of bank properties, who owns that list? Then I will think for a while, and then brokers or agents. These people owns my list. So who is clear? Once is who is clear, next part is where are my brokers? So it is very easy to find where are brokers. They're all over. Brokers, agent, they are all over. So who is clear? Where is clear? Now strategy. What is the strategy? Now, as a real estate investor, you want to invest in bank properties, but there are dozens of other people who are in the line. They also want to invest. They also want to buy the property. They also want to do, make the deal. So how you will get, in the eye of, or how you can, beat those all the competitors? It's pretty simple. All you have to do is, the person who owns the list of all the banking properties, you have to go to them, you have to talk with him, you have to make a relationship, and you have to do something extra for him that other owners are, that other real estate investor are not doing, so that whenever a new hot deal will come, whenever new listing will come, he will call you first and then other people. What you can do, you can tell him that I will give you 7%, 8%, 10% extra commission. I will give you, all the money in cash, or I can, take care of all the property or security of the all the property deal. I can do all the taxation and all, whatever things. But all you have to do is make a good relationship and take his all headache in your head, and so that he will say, okay, nice, somebody is doing all the work, I don't need to do. I will just call somebody when next time a hot deal will come, and somebody will take care of the property. I just will have my commission. That's simple. This is how, this is again an underrated way to, take people in your favor. Simple. So 10 people in the list, but he will call you, but because you have given something extra. This is the best and simple underrated strategy. Now there are more strategies, of course, online, in online world or offline world, because I cannot take all the strategies. But let's take another and last example for this real estate, and this is also a real example. So this is the example from 2002. So let's talk about this example. Let me change the color of the light, because it's a last example, so we'll take in white. Awesome. People, if you're loving this, just press thumb or press awesome or anything. Let's take the real example of real estate. Now, her name is Eddie Zubia. So she got her real estate license, and she was totally new in the real estate industry. She was thinking, now how I can get leads, how I can find buyers, how I can have, the purchaser. Now she was thinking about that. And again, the strategy, who is our customer? So her customer were real estate buyers. So now she is clear with the real estate buyers. Now she has to find where are those buyers. Now, where are the buyers? Now, this strategy I have explained inside the course as well, inside my course. Now, I'm not going to tell you all the strategy, but I'm going to explain it through the example. Okay. So, real estate buyers are her target audience. So, where real estate buyers go, what are some places where they go? So, one of the places she choose is taxation. So because these people need help of taxation, they have to do all the taxation work. So she made a collaboration with a tax consultant who files 2,500 tax returns per year. Okay. And she told her to win his trust, to make a good relationship with him, and to of course give him something, a benefit to him. She told her that I will create a furnished folder or furnished jacket for you, and you can put all your, files inside that furniture, that folder or jacket. And on the top of that folder, I will put your information, and at the back end of that folder, I will put my information. This is again a very good strategy. What happened? The person files 2,500 tax returns every single year. So think, that file will go to 2,500 people, and at the back end of the file, you will have, your information is there. So I think 10%, 20% people if contacted you, then think how much leads you will generate. And what happened? She purchased that, all the folders, all the jackets. She, made an investment of $2,500, and then she put the information, her information, his information on front, her information on the back, and then her sales increased by 75%. Think about that, 75%. She made, I think, $30,000 in just 6 days, or 6 or 12 days. That was simple, because when he started filing six, no, I think 30 days, he started filing information, went, she got leads. Simple, underrated lead generation strategy. That's all the 6 lead generation strategy from my side. I can go on and I can talk dozens more lead generation strategies, but that's what I wanted to tell. I just wanted to help you to create how creative people are and how they are generating leads from different industry. It's pretty easy. When you have a confidence in your service or your product, just go out there and think, who is your customer, where are they, and generate any strategy. And yes, somebody, this is from my end. These are all the 6 lead generation strategy. Let me change the color. Yeah, over to you.
Okay, awesome. So thank you so much for sharing all of that with me. When you're watching, I know there's going to be a lot of replays that are going to be watching it. So when you're watching it, I just want you to know that this is not only for coaches. This is also for any other business that you're in. So if you're in real estate as a realtor, if you are even as an investor, like you're looking for certain properties for certain people, like where do they hang out, what do they do, etc. These strategies could be applied that way as well. Um, and then if you have a brick and mortar business, so a restaurant, a salon, we own a spa too. So this is great because it helps us to like expand on our own spa and like be able to apply this knowledge not only into our real estate business, but into our spa business as well. So I do have a couple of questions before I let you go and I share some last tidbits. So do you have to have a large email list, like email marketing list, to be able to apply the different strategies properly?
Okay, okay. This is a very good question. Very good question. I would love to answer this question. Now, you don't need to have any email list. If you have zero emails, if you have no contacts, if you are totally new in the industry, still you can use any lead generation strategy. There are dozens of more lead generation strategies that are, without any email list you can use. You don't need to have hundreds and hundred emails. Like new owners, what they are going to do, they do not have a list. But strategies is a strategy. You can actually create a strategy, like I told you, who, where. So who owns a list, you can actually collaborate with them, something like this. I'm not going to reveal everything. It's
Yeah.
inside the course,
Yeah.
so you don't need to have a list. Yeah,
Great.
don't worry about it.
Do the strategies that you also teach, are they only like applied? And I think I know the answer to this, but I'm still going to ask. To Facebook, like if you're doing online marketing, is Facebook the only platform that can be applied to, or can it be applied to any platform that someone is active on?
Okay, again, a good question. You can apply these strategies anywhere, offline, online. Not only online, you can use that offline as well, because I gave some of the offline
Yeah.
examples as well. So
And I
Facebook
love
is just a
that.
platform.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is just the platform, but there's also like other stuff. So I love that. In your course, do you teach or like how to build relationships and just build your audience more? Because we know that when it comes to service and to like anything that we're offering, even products, like the service and like the relationship and the building, like getting your audience, your customers, your clients to trust you is the number one piece of everything, right? Like they want to be able to have that relationship with you and know that you know what you're doing or your product is great. So in your course, do you teach that as well? Or do you go over that?
Okay, okay. The course is only about lead generation strategies, but if you need help with that, I have a support that in that I can teach you. In the course, I teach about how to set your foundation and then immediately 8 lead generation strategies. So you can use any lead generation strategies, and I teach about how you can build a strong product and how it is important. So like ideal customer profile, I was talking about that. So I teach that, and I have given more importance to that as well. Talking about customer relationship, building relationship, it's a easy part, and I can I can give support about that as well, so not a big issue. Yeah.
Okay, great. And the last question that I have that came in is, do you build, like when someone enrolls for your course, do you build like a plan for them, or do you work with them, like kind of, check in with them? And, a lot of courses are like, here you go, here's your course, we'll see you later. Or do you provide some support to see like how they're doing, like checking in, problem solving with the client, if they are stuck somewhere or something needs to happen?
Okay, okay. Another very good question. Yes, I provide 100% support, because every single person who is going to buy the course, they must have that they are going to face some difficulties. So to handle those difficulties, I am going to go live every single week, once a week. Let's most probably Thursday, and I'm going to give them live support so they can have all the questions in that live, and I will answer those live. So no need to worry about any queries. And yes, I'm going to put all the customers, all the people who are going to buy the course inside a private Facebook group, where I'm going to give them support, all kind of support, text, video, whatever support you need. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So that works great. So I think as a whole, like so anybody else who's watching, I'm gonna link the link to share for 10 May's actual course that will be launching officially on the 23rd, but you can actually pre-register for it now, correct? And it is an introductory price. So the link that I will share with you, it is like a one-time only introductory price. Once it's gone, there's only a certain amount of slots left on the course. So once it's gone, and like you can purchase the course, but it will be at a higher price. So I definitely encourage you that if you're in any of these sales marketing, which all of us are in that industry, like if you're in business for yourself, you need to always like look for different strategies to market, right? Your audience kind of changes sometimes, the problem solving of like what's going on to bring in new clients. It's always a good way to explore new strategies and figure out like, where to take your business next.
Yeah, thank you. And there are, yes, as somebody said, there are limited seats, because we don't want these strategies to go out in public with hundreds and hundreds of people. So there are only 50 slots, and I don't know how many slots I remember right now. And yes, you have a special discount after 40. After 10 people, the price is going to. It's very affordable. For first 10 people, it's $47, and
Yes.
for next 40 people, it's $97. So grab your seat, because limited price, limited seats are there only. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I will link the link. I'll share it with everyone. If you have any questions, I've done the course as well. So it has worked well. It has full of knowledge. It's amazing. So you absolutely would have like lots and lots and lots of valuable information. And also you can always go back and do it and apply it to different settings, which is the best thing ever.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Have a
Thanks,
happy
everyone.
Friday.